everyone, and welcome back. It's me, Kelly again. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's enjoy. When I first heard that Dean Geyer had signed on for a contract role as Tristan, I knew something significant was coming, but I never imagined how perfectly he might fit into Jocelyn's turbulent world. For months now, I have watched Jocelyn endure one heartbreak after another. Losing Dex was devastating, and the way she threw herself into the WSB to cope showed real growth in her character. She even developed feelings for Vaughn, only to see that connection ripped away when Jack Brennan made him disappear. As someone who has followed Jocelyn's journey from a headstrong teenager to a young woman finding her strength, I truly believe she deserves someone who can stand beside her as an equal, not just another fleeting romance. That is why the arrival of Tristan feels like the answer many longtime fans have been quietly hoping for. What excites me most is the early information suggesting Tristan will be the one to rescue Jocelyn from that nightmare imprisonment at Windermere. After everything she has suffered there, seeing a strong, capable new face appear to free her is going to be incredibly satisfying. I can already picture the intense scenes ahead. Tristan bursting in at just the right moment, showing courage and resourcefulness that immediately earns Jocelyn's respect. It is the kind of heroic introduction that reminds me of some of the great entrances we saw in the past, with characters like Jason or even Robert in his prime. This is not just a rescue. It is the beginning of something much deeper. As Tristan and Jocelyn start to grow closer, I am convinced the show is setting up one of its strongest new couples in recent years. Their connection feels natural and full of potential. Jocelyn has always needed someone who can match her intelligence and bravery, and from what we know about Tristan's background, he seems more than capable. The fact that his name echoes Tristan Rogers and the legacy of Robert Scorpio makes perfect sense. It strongly hints that Tristan will also have ties to the WSB, just like Robert. This shared world gives their relationship an extra layer of complexity that I find fascinating. Of course, this new pairing brings its own set of challenges, and that is exactly what makes General Hospital so addictive. If Tristan really is connected to the WSB, will they face the same restrictions that kept Jocelyn and Vaughn apart? I asked myself this question the moment I heard the rumors, and I believe the answer will lead to some of the most passionate scenes we have seen in a long time. Jocelyn has never been one to follow rules blindly when her heart is involved. I can see her fighting for this relationship, perhaps even considering leaving the WSB after all the chaos she has endured. That choice would give her the freedom to love without constant danger hanging over them, and I personally think it would be a healthy step for her character. What I find most compelling about this storyline is how it expands beyond just romance. Tristan is shaping up to be an explosive new force in Port Charles. Together with Jocelyn, they are poised to take on powerful new enemies and dismantle hostile forces that have been lurking in the background. This is the kind of bold, sweeping narrative that the show does best. It reminds me of the epic rivalries and alliances from decades ago, but with a modern twist that feels fresh for today's audience. The writers are not simply pairing two attractive characters. They are building a powerful partnership that could change the balance of power in Port Charles. I have to admit, some fans have been hoping Jocelyn might reconnect with someone from her past, like the character tied to Cash's Faison. While that could have been interesting, I truly believe Tristan represents a better long-term direction. He brings new blood and new possibilities. His arrival feels like a breath of fresh air after so many heavy, dark stories. Watching Jocelyn finally find stability and passion with someone who can truly protect her and stand with her is going to be rewarding for those of us who have invested years in her happiness. There is still so much tension building at Windermere, and I know more trouble lies ahead for Jocelyn before she finds peace. The rescue by Tristan will likely be just the beginning of an even bigger storm. Will their growing bond survive the dangers that follow? How deeply will Tristan's own secrets affect their future? These are the questions keeping me eager for every new episode. I have confidence the writers will handle this with the same care they have shown in the best storylines of the past. One thing I have learned after all these years watching General Hospital is that the heart wants what it wants, and the show has always celebrated that truth. Jocelyn and Tristan seem perfectly matched in spirit and determination. Their story has the potential to become something truly memorable, filled with passion, adventure, and the kind of loyalty that defines the best couples in Port Charles history. I cannot wait to see how their relationship evolves and how they work together to face whatever threats come their way. This summer storyline feels like a real turning point for the show. It honors the legacy of General Hospital while introducing exciting new directions. Tristan's explosive presence and the deep connection forming with Jocelyn are exactly the kind of developments that remind me why I have stayed loyal to this soap for so many decades. The drama is heating up, the romance is promising, and the danger is real. I am counting the days until we see how everything unfolds. For longtime viewers like me, moments like these are pure gold. The idea that Tristan will rescue Jocelyn from her nightmare at Windermere is already thrilling enough. But what comes after that rescue is even more astonishing. As their bond deepens, I believe we are heading toward one of the most memorable weddings in recent General Hospital history. A wedding of the year between Jocelyn and Tristan would be the perfect culmination of their whirlwind romance. I can already imagine the elegant ceremony filled with emotion, tension, and perhaps a few dramatic interruptions that only this show can deliver so beautifully. After all the heartbreak Jocelyn has faced with Dex and the short-lived connection with Vaughn, seeing her walk down the aisle with a man who truly matches her spirit would warm my heart. What fascinates me most is how this relationship is transforming Jocelyn into a powerful new figure in Port Charles. She has always been brave and intelligent, but now it seems she may rise to become the new boss of the organization that once controlled so much of the city's underworld. This shift is one of those bold, almost crazy adjustments the show does so well. It proves that Jocelyn is no longer just surviving the dangers around her. She is ready to take control and lead. Tristan, with his own mysterious background and possible WSB connections, will likely stand right beside her as a true partner. Together, they could reshape the balance of power and take on new hostile forces that threaten the town. I have to admit, this direction makes perfect sense when I look back at Jocelyn's journey. She joined the WSB to find purpose after losing Dex, but the constant rules and restrictions never quite fit her independent nature. If she eventually steps away from that world to build something of her own with Tristan, it would be a natural and empowering next chapter. The thought of Jocelyn becoming the new leader of a powerful network with Tristan as her trusted ally creates an entirely new level of excitement. It reminds me of some of the strong female figures from the show's golden years who commanded respect and changed the game. This is Jocelyn's time to shine in that same way. Of course, such a dramatic rise to power will not come without challenges, and that is what keeps me coming back episode after episode. Will their wedding be interrupted by old enemies seeking revenge? How will Jocelyn balance her new authority with the safety of those she loves? These questions swirl in my mind constantly, and I know the upcoming episodes will answer them in the most gripping fashion. The chemistry between Jocelyn and Tristan already feels electric. Adding layers of power, danger, and deep commitment will only make their story more compelling. I truly believe this new storyline is a game changer for General Hospital. Tristan is proving to be an explosive new character who brings fresh energy and strength. His rescue of Jocelyn marks the beginning of something much bigger. Their potential wedding of the year is not just a romantic milestone. It signals Jocelyn's transformation into a central, powerful force in Port Charles. This kind of bold plotting shows the writers are willing to take risks and give longtime viewers the epic developments we crave. Watching Jocelyn evolve from someone who is often caught in other people's conflicts to a woman who commands respect and builds her own legacy is incredibly rewarding. I have always rooted for her happiness, and now it seems she will have both love and real influence. Tristan complements her perfectly. His presence adds depth and excitement, and their partnership has the potential to become one of the show's great enduring couples. The way they will work together to face new threats and expand their reach feels like classic General Hospital at its finest. There is a special thrill in knowing that more drama awaits at Windermere and beyond. Jocelyn's story is heating up in the best possible way. The combination of intense romance, a grand wedding, and her rise to power creates an obsession-worthy narrative that will keep fans talking for months. I find myself counting the days until we see these developments unfold on screen. Will their wedding be the celebration of the season, or will new dangers test their bond right from the start? Either way, I have complete faith that the payoff will be worth every moment of anticipation. After all these decades, General Hospital still knows how to surprise and delight its loyal audience. This summer storyline, with Jocelyn stepping into power alongside Tristan, feels like a true turning point. It honors the show's rich history while pushing forward with fresh, ambitious ideas. I am here for every twist, every tender moment between Jocelyn and Tristan, and every bold move she makes as she claims her new role. The heart of this show has always been about love, loyalty, and resilience, and this chapter delivers all of that in abundance.